Hey everybody. All right, today we're going to be making egg bites. Okay, and this is something I've been making recently a lot and my family tends to like it, so let's go with it. All right, so to start off, I'm actually going to spray a little mini muffin pan. So with the price of eggs being as high as they are, I've been trying to find ways to make them stretch and go a little further. So instead of just having eggs, I make actual egg bites. All right, there we go. And they're yummy. You just keep them in the refrigerator. Okay, don't inhale when you're spraying pan. All right, let's get started. We're actually going to be using a food processor. I just have a little mini one because I don't do a lot with food processors, but if I ever was to cook a lot more, I'd probably get a big one. But the little mini one works just fine for me. All right, play going on. There we go. All right, we're just going to start with chopping up a few things in here. I've got a little bit of leftover onion. I'm just going to throw it in there. And I've got some spinach. This is almost on its way out. A couple of them are getting a little wilted, so we might as well use up what we've got. There we go. A little more spinach. And we're just gonna pulse this until it kind of gets nice and fine. Sometimes the kids will see green in something and they're like, no, I don't want to eat it, but it really is good. Keep going. Just a couple more pulses. You could add garlic into this as well. I'm going to pass on the garlic just because my husband, he'll be eating this and he's not the biggest fan of garlic. He says I go overboard. All right, so now I'm going to actually add in just a slices of turkey lunch meat and give that a little pulse. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it works. All right, so far looking good. Now we're going to add in 4 eggs. Some people recommend cracking your eggs into a separate dish and seeing if you have any shells. I trust that there's no shells in there. All right, so we got that. Put the lid on, there we go. Scrape down the sides a little bit. And sometimes I like to make them to make them a little fluffy, I add a little bit of water. I'm going to continue to pulse this. Water. Give it another good pulse. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. All right, very good. And one last pulse. There we go. Sometimes, you know, if it looks like there's not enough, I think I'll just add one more egg. There we go. I think with the 5 eggs, if I remember, last time I did it, it filled up that 24 count mini muffin tin perfectly. So I think that's what I was missing. 1 extra egg. All right, there she is. 10. I do really like this. It's a nice little size for, you know, the work that I do. Instead of pouring this in, it does have a little spout, but instead of pouring it in, I think I'm just going to use a tablespoon scoop because a lot of the egg and the onion and everything settled down to the bottom. So I'm actually going to scoop into it. Ooh, the color looks really good in this. These are really flavorful. And actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top them off with some cheese. You could top them off with a little dab of salsa if that suits you. I could do maybe like half and half. I think I'll do that. I think I'm going to do half of them with salsa and half not, but there's gonna be cheese in all of them. This little measuring spoon is perfect. Yeah, and I can just make like a small little meal out of this. Maybe 4 or 5 of these little egg bites, some toast, maybe a little bacon on the side. Breakfast has always been something I've never enjoyed cooking up until recently. But on Saturdays and Sundays, I've really enjoyed like making breakfast for my family. Yogurt parfaits we've been doing. And we're getting down into the last 4 muffin cups. All right, and we're almost done. That 5th egg is really what added it. I knew I was missing something. 5 eggs, Kylie, not 4. All right, so some of the ones that look a little bit lower, I'm just gonna add a little bit more to, and finish off this mixture. Now we are going to top it off with some cheese. I've got a little bit of mozzarella, I've got a little bit of Mexican blend, whatever your preference is. I'll do half and half. Maybe on the half that's got the salsa, I'll do the Mexican blend. I try my hand at making omelets every now and then, but more than likely they fall apart. I've got half with the mozzarella, and now I'm actually going to add a little bit of salsa to my other half in the top with the Mexican style cheese. I love these little measuring spoons. I got a whole set of them. They nest into each other and they're magnetic, so they fit up on my cutting knife board really nicely. Lovely. Now these are actually going to bake at 350 for about 10-15 minutes. And last one of those. Now we're going in with the Mexican cheese. This one's kind of full. Go lightly. All right, 1, 2, and 3. All right, we're going to the oven. It's set for 350, and we're going to start it at about 10 minutes, check it, and then see if we need to do any more. All right, oven's preheated. Let's go. Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes. I also baked cookies today. That's what happens when you have no spring break plans and you're at home with 2 kids. You cook. While that bakes, we're gonna snack on some cookies. All right, timer just went off. We're gonna go check our egg bites and let's see where they're at. Look at that. So this is the mozzarella side. This is the Mexican cheese and salsa side. They smell so good. A little bit of cheese around the edges, kind of crisped up nice. Sometimes they fall apart. There's our little egg bite. Let's take a bite. Hot. Oh, that's nice. It's really light and fluffy. Now we're gonna try one of the salsa and Mexican cheese. See the salsa in there? Oh, it's nice. A little crisp piece of cheese. It's good. You know what actually works better than the knife? A little spoon you get when you get a McDonald's McFlurry. It's flexible, it's not melting. Just slide it right around like that. And just scoops out. So nice. Okay, I highly recommend you try this, and we'll see you guys later.